Okay, everybody have this? Everybody knows how to go there? Cool. Okay, thumbs up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to walk you first through the syllabi, that list here. It's online, as well as I want you guys to highlight a few things. So if you want to find them online, where you find them, you're going to go to the instructor. Everybody's going to go to the instructor folder. And remember, we have just finished the fall residential, right? Semester, you're not going to go to residential again. You're going to go to the one as semester 3-2 fall commercial. Everybody's okay with this? Everything related to the stuff that I'm going to put for you guys to work on the project is going to be in the commercial, obviously. We're in the commercial. So commercial, when you go to the commercial, guys, you're going to find three classes. Can you guys, does it resonate with the three classes that you have? 2110, 2120, 2130, that's on the board. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? Cool. Okay. So let's just, I'm going to go start with 2110. That's the theory. Everybody can see that? 2110. Click on that one. 2110. Answer for homework, guys. When I put answer for homework, I'm going to put it right here for you. Answer for homework, I'm going to put it right here. Lectures. My lectures will be here for you. And so these are the only thing that we're going to be doing, the theory. So I can put the answers for the tests, not for the test, for the homework right there, as well as my lecture. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? Exactly like we did in the residential. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go walk you guys through the syllabi. So this one would be page in your book, and I'm skipping page 9 circled. Page 9 circled. Page 9 circled. If you guys grab page 9 circled, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so here's my syllabi. This is the syllabi that you guys are having. So again, the paper is page 9 circled. Okay, this one is going to be 3. Okay, Adam. So this is going to be a 3-credit class, right? Everybody can see it's going to be a 3-credit class. It's 54-hour, so we're going to have 54-hour contact hours. It's called the Electrical Commercial Design Theory. When I say theory, I mean code and related theory. Basically, the code book. The textbook that's going to go with this is this one, Electrical Wiring Commercial. That's our textbook for this project. We're going to meet, this class is going to start from 10:1 to 12:21, just before the holidays. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We know the time. Cool. Location is red 10 where you are, and this is going to be from 7:30 to 8:25. So if you guys show up at 8, you're absent for this class. Do you understand? So this class starts 7:30 to 8:25. You show up late, you're going to be late for this class. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We understand, fully understand that one? Okay. So that's now contact information and your teacher. Website, guys, the course is already on website. I am Chad Curdy. You guys have been with me now for a couple of months. Email, phone number is here. My cell phone is here. All the information that you need about the instructors right here. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We know that one. Red 18 is my office. And hours from 12:30 to 1:30. You can swing by at any time and meet with me, or you can meet at any time. I'm here with you. Cool? All right, so what is this this course? Various principles and practices required. So long story short, without reading all this stuff, we're going to go through the NEC code requirement 2011 related to the commercial projects. That's really summarize what we're doing. Not just NEC code, but also industry standards. Industry standard related to the commercial project design, including this book. Co-requisites and prerequisite. You guys have just finished the prerequisite. The co-requisites is the 2 classes with it. The textbook. You're looking at the textbook right in here in front of you, Electrical Wiring Commercial. So I want you guys ASAP to get this book. I know we ordered it from the bookstore and they're working on getting it, right? Am I right here? So our homework, our test is going to be in this class directly from this book. Can I have everybody got that one? Thumbs up. Okay. Also, we're going to be using the same thing like we did in the past, guys. We're going to use NEC code book. Always NEC code book, open book for NEC code book. So that's another requirement. You guys all have this one. Grading. Here's how I'm going to grade you guys for this project. We're going to have 4 tests. Each one of these tests is going to be 12.5% of your final grades. I have classroom engagement 10, homework 10, and all these together you can see they're going to be what, 10, 10, 20, fine, how much? 50 here, and 10, 10, and you're going to be having a 30 here. So that's your final grade divided in this project. 4 tests, a homework, classroom engagement, and a final. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand. Slightly different than what we did before. We did 2 tests. In the class before, we're going to have 4 tests for this class. Okay, grading criteria. I have some stuff here, guys, about work being late and so forth. I usually don't enforce it unless it's really abused. I've never enforced it, about deduction of 10% and so forth. Grading. If you're wondering about your A, here's your A. You need a 95% with A. To get an F with Chad, you need this amount. So I usually don't give less than a C in the project. And this, so in order to achieve your C, you need to be somewhere in between. I don't give less than a C. Everybody's okay with that one? If you flunk, we'll give you another option. I don't give less than a C. Okay, grading criteria. Nothing changed from what we've done before. That's, by the way, the same grading criteria. Guidelines and appropriate behavior. I like to go over a couple of things, guys. Here's where I get you the 10% for your engagement with the classroom engagement. Classroom engagement, guys, is going to be based on being tardy or leave early. And I was a little bit lean. Adam, my friend, I was a little bit lean this time with the first project because it was short. But I will give 0 if people coming tardy and leave early. Please be aware of that one. I was really lean in the first one. I'm going to be advising with all of you guys, and we'll sit and talk one-on-one. But being on time, leaving on time is a big deal for me. Cool. So that's where we give you 10%. Cooperating with this and helping other students will give you a big deal here for me. That will give you a big chunk of the 10%. Participating with the classroom, in the classroom discussion with the visitors, the students, and the instructor. We're going to have a lot of visitors, guys, you can see. So that's also guarantee you a few things. Research new classroom-related topics and share it with the students, big deal. Share employment leads. If your company is hiring, Carrie, my friend, and you come and we have what, 4 to go now to find them a job. I will give you credit for this. Constructive criticism of Chad is also, you get credit for that one. Constructive. Attending, I have no center-electric league. I used to but encourage the students to attend it, guys. Really nice. Most of you are working, so I don't force it anymore. Attendance, unexpected absentees, tardies, and leave early, that will count against you in terms of the 10 points. Computer is shut down while doing lecture. I used to force this one more, but as I lecture, if I don't mind you guys answering email from time to time, we'll do something. But if I walk around and I see people playing games, it really turned me off. So I told you that one before. So that will if you want to piss off your friend Chad, do that. Positive attitude in the classroom is a big deal, guys. And neat, clean, and organized desk and basket is a big deal. So this project, I'm going to be giving you guys tons of these references, because we'll be using references, Cutler, Hammer, Lithonia, and we're going to be using Square D. So you're going to put it in these baskets, use these baskets. So this is where your really good introduction to a good project. So any comments, any questions about these 10 points? So that's nothing new. We went over this in the past, but enforcement is going to be slightly different. Academic, honestly, I don't think, Brian, you're going to cheat this time. Add and drop. You guys know how to add drop, right? Everybody knows that add drop. I don't think anybody will add drop. Disability, I don't know anybody has a disability from before. Incomplete. Incomplete is becoming really tough, guys, right now. In the past, I used to give incomplete loosely. Now it's going to be enough. So really, they're tightening the incomplete. So please, put your time and put your and do your stuff, because I don't want to give incomplete at the end of the quarter. Respect the environment and students, academic assistance, technology. Technology statements, guys, you can use the computer for only what the computer is set for. Cell phones, please turn them off. My cell phone is always on vibration. Yeah, did you hear my cell phone ringing? Last quarter, it's always in vibration. I don't pick it up unless it's my school, my kid's school. Attendance, you're supposed to be here 95% of the time. If you're not here, I will give an incomplete. I will give an incomplete, guys, for you. So please don't put me in this situation. Core ability, here's the stuff that we want you to know about math. Program outcome. The most important things related to this project is, guys, is cite any secret book and using it. Design electrical system for building and manage electrical construction and engineering projects. So really the design, how this book or this lecture is supposed to help you with the design. Okay, course competencies. You guys read this in your own. Here's what I think 14 things that you should learn from the class. If you don't, then come and ask for refund. Explain service entrance, conductors, feeders, branch circuit for commercial building. Does that ring a bell to you, Kerry, my friend? Didn't we talk about this one in the residential? We're going to hit it again in the commercial and in the industrial. So what is the difference between feeders, branch circuit, and service entrance conductors? Equipment, the same thing. Service entrance equipment, panel board, transformers, generator, lighting control panel, ATS, UPS, for commercial building. Explain them, understand them, specify them for this project. Does that make sense? For this particular project. Conductors, what type of conductors and cables and conduits you can use for a commercial project? That's a big deal. You guys are going to be specifying THHN, THHW in an EMT conduit or PVC. We have close to 50 wiring methods. Which one fits which application? Hopefully that's what we're going to answer in this project. Lighting system. Lighting is a big deal, guys. We're going to do lighting by calculation, and we're also going to be doing it lighting by software. So that's for a commercial building. Security system for the commercial building. We're going to do a fire alarm for the commercial building. Phone and data for a commercial building. Also, NEC requirements for a commercial building. Energy code. Energy code is a big deal for commercial building. We have a software that we run all the stuff in it, guys, to get you compliance with the energy code. Grounding and bonding. I did not emphasize a lot the grounding and bonding in the residential. But in the commercial, we're going to do a complete, and the industrial, complete grounding and bonding requirement, guys. So overcurrent protection, device coordination, nothing new to you, except we're going to go deeper into coordination and so forth. Power generation, emergency, legally required, and optional standby systems for commercial building. We'll talk about these. The Articles 700, 701, and 702. A little bit deeper than we did before. Analyze the commercial plans and specifications, and explain low voltage control lighting. We're going to have a low voltage control lighting for these fixtures. So these are 14 things, hopefully, guys, you're going to learn. I'm sure some of you know some about it already, but these are kind of our goals that we're trying to shoot for. Any comments, any questions about that? Comments, questions? So that's so keep these dear to your heart as you move through. Classroom schedule. This is probably the most important thing in the whole schedule. This is how we're going to run that boy. We have 22 chapters in this book, right in here. We're going to continue. Darren, my friend, you and your partner will do odd even. You put your homework on the network, as we have done, except I'm going to be giving you more calc homework too. Calc homework will be assigned on the board. I will say, I'll give you an example and say this will be your homework for calc. It's the only difference that's going to happen here. I'm going to be assigning a calc homework. The homework from the chapter is going to continue to be the same thing. So here's week 1, all the way to week 12, week 1 through week 12. That's the stuff that we're going to be doing. When I say, Zach?
So we're
discussing things. Yeah. Let me just go quick. Everybody knows how to read this one. Everybody knows how to read it. So for example, chapter, we did the introduction. We're going to cover chapter 1 and 2. The homework next week, the homework is going to be due, guys, for 1 and 2. Everybody knows that. So we cover whatever we cover this week. The homework will be due next week on Monday this time, not Friday. I allow you guys Friday this time. You have the books, and maybe the first week will be lean until you get your books. But I want the homework to be due on Monday of the week after we cover it. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We got that one? Okay, so here's test number 1. It's going to be in week 3. You keep moving into test number 2. It's going to be in week 6. Test number 3 in week 9. And we're going to have test number 4 in week 11. And your final is going to be in week 12. And all these chapter 1 through, we have chapter 1 through 22 directly coming from this book. Any question, guys, about this? Straightforward, right? So that's going to be your class. This one is 212, the theory. 212. So when I say chapter 1 and 2, this means we're going to be, if anybody wants to read ahead of us, go through chapter 1 and 2. Any comments, any questions, guys, before? Yes, sir.
So chapter 1 and 2 homework is due on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 and 4 will be due next Monday.
3 and 4 will be up on the week of the third week.
All right.
And so forth. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should get the homework like here out, like it confuse you, right? Okay. So there's no homework this week. I will write the homework next week. That makes it easier. So we'll cover chapter 1 and 2, and the homework will be next week.
Well, I put it on here. Homework is chapter 1 and 2.
Okay.
We don't have to do the questions on the back of 22?
It's not here as homework. Chapter 21 and 22, because we're going to cover them. No, I want you guys to do the homework, all of them. I must have slipped my mind. You're right, it's not here. Homework 19 and 20, 21. Yeah, 21, 22, I want you guys to do them too. Okay. Any question, guys, about this class? Any question about this class? Any question about this class? Everybody's okay with this? Okay, so let me close this this one. One more time, my lectures are PowerPoint presentation. I will put them in here, guys, as I go through them. And so this will be your theory. I'm going to switch, guys, into Calc. So click onto Calc. When you calc the same thing, guys, we're going to go into homework and lectures. And if you can see the 21, okay, theory, this is my calc. So what I did is I opened this one right here, the syllabi, and you guys are looking at page, which page is that? Circled page?
14.
Page 14. Thank you, sir. This is page 14 circled, the second class. This will be 2130, the lighting book. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We understand that one. That's the second theory, the second lecture that you're going to have. I have two classes. One is going to be theory, aka calculation and code. That one is going to be lighting. Okay, electrical commercial design calculation, that's what we call it. 3 credits, 54 hours of contact. Time is the same. This class starts at 8:30 to 9:25. Red 10 is where we are. All the information about your friend Chad is right here. This class is meant, guys, to do to go through the calculation, the NEC calculation, some NEC calculation, as well as lighting calculation. So that's basically the goal of this this particular lighting. We're going to do a lot of lighting system application, tons of lighting system application. So that's the key. The books that we're going to do, textbooks that I'm assigning for you guys. I'm assigning only one textbook here, so please ignore the second two. I'm assigning only this book, and the second two, please ignore them. Cool? Can you guys ignore that one and ignore that one? The only book that I want you to buy, the other ones are optional. Okay? Which is, this one is the book that I would like you to buy. That's the only book I would like you to buy for them. I have the other books. I want to be sharing certain things from them, but not all of them. Cool? Everybody's okay with that one? With that one? You guys already have them in a schedule. This particular book, estimation, if you guys bought that one, we're going to be using it next semester, not this semester. Okay? Any questions, any comments about this one? Everybody knows what the book that's going to be with it? Cool? Okay, so moving on. The same thing. The assessment for it is going to be, guys, out of 50 here, 4 tests, 10% for engagement, 10% for homework, and 30% fine. Everybody's okay with that? Same like the calc, identical. We have two classes though. They're going to be 2 classes. So, Andrew, you will continue doing 2 tests with me, guys, except the 2 tests that we did in the residential, I used to add them up and put your grades together. The 2 tests I'm going to do here are going to be completely separate classes. Everybody's okay with this? Completely separate classes. Okay, same thing for A and B. Anybody has anything about A through F, the grading scale? Attendance, everything continues to be the same. All this good stuff. The only thing I want to emphasize, we talked about classroom engagement. I have a classroom engagement right here too, guys. So I would like you to pay attention to. I want to talk about the program competencies. The competencies I would like you guys to focus on right in here. This is what this class is supposed to cover. And the jury is still out. You guys will decide. The first thing we're going to be covering is prepare calculation. Oops. Here's what you're going to do. The first set of classes want to do calculation for service entrance conductors and feeders and grant circuit for a commercial building. I know this is a lighting class, but the first 2 weeks we use a lot of calculation because I want to do service entrance calculation. So that's when they say chapter, exam prep chapter 11, that's going to be, guys, load calculation. Load calculation for commercial building. We're going to do a lot of calculation for commercial building. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We're cool with that? Okay. Calculation for sizing electrical equipment. You're going to do calculation for sizing electrical equipment too. The panels and the transformers and the lighting panels and the receptacle panels and so forth. Calculation for sizing the conductors. Everything is related to calculation. Cables, conduit, boxes. This is where I'm going to be introducing, guys, pole boxes, pole box sizing calculation and so forth. Calculation for sizing electrical loads for commercial building. You're going to have an air handling unit, and I'm going to walk you guys through how to size for an air handling unit. The system, disconnects, overcompression device, overload, and so forth. Lighting. Lighting system, we're going to do calculation for lighting system, security system, fire alarm system, phone and data, sizing for phone and data. Then we'll talk about grounding and bonding. Again, the key word is what? Can you can see the key word here is calculation, a lot of calculation. The other one, the one before, to repeat itself, but we're going to talk about code requirement. This is, we're going to hit you with calculation related to it. Cool? Calculation. Overcompression device, same thing, calculation. Transformer, perform. Motor, we're going to do motor, transformer, capacitor calculation for commercial building. Manual. Okay, so that's basically the calculation for the code. The rest of them, I'm going to use a different color. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, the rest of them is lighting. All right, in here, perform from here 12 through 17. Perform lighting calculation, put candle. Perform point method calculation, basic floodlight calculation. Make a lighting drawings, specify lighting sources on luminaires, and perform roadway lighting calculation. So can you guys see that this class is kind of almost divided into 2 sections? One is going to be code calculation, the other will be what? Lighting calculation. The lighting calculation is going to be directly from this book, step by step. There's 16 chapters. We're going to walk through them. The load calculation, the NEC calculation is going to be from the code book. Any question, guys, about this class? Any question about this class? Okay. Let's talk about the schedule. Here's where we're going to run them. The first 2 weeks, I want to focus, guys, on chapter 11 and 12. And these are intensive commercial lighting, commercial calculation for equipment and for service. The first 2 weeks. And then the rest of the other weeks, as we move forward, the rest of them, guys, is going to be lighting calculation. So we're going to do lighting. All these are lighting calculations that we're going to be doing. And you can see we're going to test you guys. Test number 1. Where's test number 1? Test number 1 is week 3. Test number 2 and test number 3. It should be test number 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Thank you. There's one underneath it here. Thank you. And we're gonna have, yep. So I thought this number 4, and then your final. Any question, guys, about how to follow this schedule? We're gonna follow the same schedule like we did in the commercial project, the residential project. If you follow it, guys, you have a plan. Nothing will be added or deleted from this. What you see is what you're gonna get. Any comments? Any questions? Any comments? Any questions? Any comments? Any questions? Okay, so 12 weeks. Same thing, guys. Lectures and homework will be in here. Okay, so that's the first 3 classes.
Only 3 classes?
The first 2 classes. I want to go over the last class in a second here. My email keeps popping up. Let me close my email. Okay. This one I want you guys to, this is our project. So I'm going to go to electrical design project. I would like to orient you a little bit with the project. The project is a big deal. Can I have a thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand we have a project and we have 2 lectures, 1 calc, 1 theory for the most part. The calc is going to be having some lighting with it. Really summarize the whole deal. Everybody's okay with this? Cool. Now with the project, when you go to the project, let me orient you with the project. Before we go into the project, guys, there is an architectural here. This is where you're going to have the Revit model here. There is nothing in the architectural model that you need. Nothing. You guys don't need anything from here. FYI, this is my folder. AutoCAD. Here's all the AutoCAD files for the project. There's nothing here that you guys need. I believe I copied these for you. Otherwise, we might have to come here and copy them. So if you are, if I ask you about anything related to CAD for the project, where are you going to find them? Right in here. Lectures. If we have lecture related to the project, guys, I'm going to put them right in here. Lighting. I will give you some stuff about lighting here. Load calculation. I'll walk you guys through this one as we go. The narrative. Now, there's a narrative and there's the schedule. And there is a specification. No, Jeff, all the specification for this project is already set for you. When they say, guys, go print the specification, you go print these. I hope, though, you will read through them, but they're already here. And I'm going to start with the syllabi, right? Let me go ahead and start with the syllabi and see what this project is all about. Okay. So can you guys, the syllabi is page 1. Everybody's at page 1. This sheet, the syllabi, page 1. Cool. Okay. Okay. So I have total credit. This is a 3-semester credit. We are going to meet 162 hours, guys, in this lab. This class starts from 9:30 to 12:25. So you guys are going to be with your friend Chad until 12:25. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? Slightly different what we did in the past. Not today, though. Today is an exception. Red, and it's Monday through Friday. Everybody's okay with that? Monday through Friday. Red 10. Here's all the information about your friend Chad. And here's what the description of it. What we're going to have, guys, the project, the project that we have, close this one. The project that we have is a commercial building, 12,000 square foot, 1-story building, built in Revit. And our job is to design the following: lighting system, power system, and low voltage systems for this building. So that's really summarizing that with all the calculation related to it and the analysis related to this building. So Kerry, my friend, you're going to walk in with a project like this. They're going to ask you to lay out your power and circuitry in Revit. You're going to lay out your lights and circuitry, and you're going to lay out your low voltage equipment, no circuitry. That's the project is. And we're going to do all the related calculation to this project. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand that? Okay. Okay. Now, electrical wiring commercial. So with this project, guys, all the 2 classes that we have and the code, all these will supposedly support the project. These will support the project. The NDC code book and handbook and so forth. A few things I would like to emphasize. Can you guys see the learning supply here? Revit, we're going to be using these softwares, so please be aware, these are softwares. We're going to be using Revit MEP 2012. We're going to be using Visual Lighting Calculation Lithonia. We're going to be using Microsoft Project, obviously, and we're going to be using SKM PTW, that's for power system analysis. So there's a lot of softwares, guys, you're going to learn in these 12 weeks. So really, it seems like not a whole lot, but there's a lot of softwares that you need to learn in this 12 weeks. These are all software. Comment generator sizing software. All these are softwares related to the project. So just to summarize, you guys are going to have a lecture about theory and calculation. And also, with these lectures, you're going to have a lot of softwares I'm going to be walking you through. So one day, I'm going to say, Aaron, my friend, I'm going to walk in and we say we're going to do a boot camp for power system analysis. And we're going to have 5 hours power system analysis. You guys are going to sit in your laptop. I'm going to walk you from A to Z through this software. Cool? And then you start running with it. That's how I do the softwares. Another day, we're going to walk in and we're going to say, today we're going to do generator sizing. So with 3 hours, I'll walk you through how to use the generator. And my expectation is to be able to run with it after that, with help from me as you get stuck. Same thing for visual lighting. I'll walk you step by step how to use these softwares. Okay, guys? Cool? Everybody's okay? So, really, this is why people hire you, because of all these skills that you have. Okay, let me go over how are we going to grade this project. There will be 40%, guys, about the Revit. This will be your Revit work. Only your Revit work only count for 40%. Be aware of that one. Only everything you're going to spend a lot of time doing Revit, but keep in the back of your mind, Revit is drafting software. If you're not a designer, we don't graduate drafters only. Drafters, architects can do drafting much better than we are. You need to fully understand every time you draw a line. You need to fully understand this line. Otherwise, might as well be an architect. Right? So that's 40% is how to use Revit. Revit is a tool. How do you drive? Now, where to drive to get the outcome is the rest of it. Power system analysis, short circuit, harmonic, arc flash, that will be 10%. Lighting calculation using visual is going to be 5%. Assignments on time, 5%. Project schedule, we're going to do a project schedule for this project, A to Z. It's going to be 5%. Load calculation, we're going to do a load calculation like you guys did in the residential, except the residential, I didn't have enough time to really, we ran out of time at the end to go through step by step with what you did. I went through it, but I didn't have enough time to go through your stuff. This time, you guys are going to print it, we're going to sit in the back, we're going to do a step by step with you. Cool? So lighting calculation, energy code calculation. This is ComCheck. We call it a software that's called ComCheck. So one day you're going to walk in and Chad will tell you, today we're going to do 3 hours of ComCheck. We're going to open all these softwares, guys will download them. I'll send you a link to download all these softwares. And we're going to be working on that. And you're going to do it for your project. Same thing for generator sizing. Cut sheets, you guys provided cut sheets. I wasn't too picky on the cut sheets for this project. The last project, the coming project is going to be only the major equipment, only the switch gear equipment and lighting. I don't care about a snap switch. And so you guys did that one as an exercise. For the commercial project, all the lights will have a regular proper cut sheets from the manufacturer, and all the major equipment like UPS, panels, and all the stuff will have an actual cut sheets from the manufacturer with the actual size. That's it. Generator, cut sheet. The major equipment, just the generators, the panels, the lights, and that's it, lighting panels and so forth. Specification, I give you these basically 5% extra just by printing and hopefully looking through the specification. Any question, guys, about assessment for this project? Assessing this project. Same thing through the grading scale. You can see it. To get your F, you have to be right here. I hope none of you guys will be. For the projects, when I grade the project, guys, I do not give less than a B. You really have to piss me off to get less than a B. Or not do anything. I don't give less than a B. So projects go from B all the way to A. That's kind of how I give you a project. If you walk on water, I will never give you 40 out of 40 in the design. I'll give you A in the design, but not 40 out of 40. So I give A's if if you guys supply everything that you do. I don't have problem giving A's. I really don't. I don't have to say one have to A, and I don't spread it. But this is basically where if you do underneath this, I give you incomplete until you finish it. Cool? Everybody's okay with this? Okay. Honesty, you guys are honest and all this good stuff. We got that over that one. Okay, so let me go over the competencies. These are the very important competencies that hopefully you guys are going to look your friend Chad in the eye and you said we are already working in the field, Chad, and we don't use this, or we use it and you didn't teach us. Okay, here's all the stuff that you guys are going to be doing. When to evaluate yourself, Darren, my friend, you're a journeyman, right? You know a lot of stuff calculation. To evaluate yourself, why did I pay $18,000 in your case? We're done with it. If you know how to do this and you got a good job, I think it's fair, right? Here's what you need to do. Do you know how to design? And ask yourself right now. Ask yourself as you go through them, guys. If you know it, maybe you're wasting your time. Design lighting system, power, HVAC equipment, circuiting for a commercial building. Do you know how to do that? Right? Anybody? Do you know how to do that? Okay, cool. Perform electrical load calculation for a commercial building, step by step for the receptacle, sizing a receptacle panel, a lighting panel, a main service panel, a UPS panel. Do you know how to do that? So and again, these are, can you guys see how they're related to the calculation that we're going to be doing? So when I go over these books, the lecture is supposed to supplement the project. Everybody knows how we teach it when we hear these projects. We have a project, and we give you lectures to supplement and support the project. Really, that's how it's supposed to go. Okay, perform lighting calculation for commercial building. Foot candle calculation for every single spot in your building. Do you guys know how to do a foot candle calculation for commercial building? So we're going to be using this book. So when you look at this book, that $19 book that have floppy disk in it, you laughed at Chad. That's supposed to give you the hands-on. Then we have a software called Visual that comes with it. Then we're going to use the info from this book and from the lighting, from the software to design it for our project. Does that make sense, Darren? For the most part? Power system analysis, power generation, perform power generation system calculation. Calculation for sizing generator, electrical room dimensions. So you're going to size the dimension for your electrical room as well as the size of the generator. Is it going to be a 50 kW or 5 kW? Security system. We're going to do the security system, guys. We do have a low voltage contractor when it comes to system that we provide. We invite them here. So hopefully they're better. Their idea is better than me. I'm not a security specialist. Fire alarm system. Now this is when we get into the full spiel fire alarm panel for a commercial building. We size the fire alarm control panel, the annunciator panel, all the initiating devices into the fire alarm panel 24-volt system. So this is a full spiel fire alarm system, unlike we did in residential, where we just threw a smoke detector and we call it a fire alarm system. We're going to have riser for it. Phone data, same thing. We're going to have a phone data for the whole building. Layout, the lighting, power, and equipment. We're going to lay them out in CAD. When I say layout, that's putting them in CAD. Same thing, we're going to lay out the security system, layout. This is all the layout for CAD. These are the CAD stuff, the same thing. These are the actual design stuff. Then, perform link of the NEC plans for the commercial building. I will show you guys how to do with Revit. You work with Revit, right? But you never work with the master file. So as we move on, hopefully definitely this week, we'll talk about the difference between linking and extracting. You guys did extracting with Chad in the residential project. Hopefully you remember that. If you don't, go to YouTube. The presentation is already on YouTube. If you forgot about extracting, we're going to forget about the term extracting and we're going to use the term linking two files together. So that's what we're going to do in CAD. Develop electrical title sheets. You guys did this one for me in CAD, right? So all what we're going to do, we're going to do a title sheet in Revit for the commercial building. Organize electrical drawings in the commercial building. Perform drafting and plotting in the commercial building. Write electrical equipment specification. I put question mark about the specification. You guys are not qualified to write specification at this point, but if you read and understand the spec that we give to you, that's all what I care about. It takes a lot of time and experience to write specification, guys. Specify scope of work and acceptable manufacturers for the commercial building. Energy code analysis. That's a big deal. You guys are going to take ComCheck from Uncle Sam. Now we get a software called ComCheck. Anybody have heard of ComCheck? Yeah, who? Did you guys use it? Do you use it at work? Okay, we're going to use ComCheck, how to analyze the energy consumption of the building. Develop design concepts. When you become, now you're going to go a little bit higher than guys using the code. You're going to sit and, okay, when does it make sense for us to have a lighting panel and a receptacle panel? When does it make sense? Anybody knows when you walk into a building like Dunwoody, why did they put a panel here and a panel there? Maybe a mistake. How do you lay out your panels in a building? Anybody knows how to lay out your panels in a building? You walk into a building, a 15,000 square foot building. Okay, now you're going to put feed the receptacle, the lighting, and the mechanical equipment. How are you going to start laying out your panels inside this building? Just putting them where? Physically, mechanically. So hopefully that will answer this. Formulate electrical design, drawing, and specification. We do presentation for this project. I know in the residential project I said presentation, guys, but there's no way we could have done the presentation with the amount of time that we did. We did it in the past. For this project, we will be inviting the industry the last week of the semester, and we typically get 16 people, and you guys will do one aspect of the project, definitely for this project. That's what we have done. So that's designing.
So you're saying everybody presents one part of the project, not their whole project?
Yes. So you guys will be assigned, say, lighting calculation for the commercial building. So we present in 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes. That's how we do it. The rest of you guys know how we do it, right? 10 minutes, we give you a 10-minute assignment, you and your partner, 5 each, to present one aspect of the project. The reason for this, guys, because we bring the industry and they don't have time to sit for you to go over your project in like in an hour. You know what I mean? Now, this is your assignment. Now, if you can give them an overview of your project within 10 minutes and also hit in your assignment, that's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. You are assigned certain things to do. If you do it and go over it, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, presentation. Then defend project design aspects. So you guys are going to be asked questions. Hopefully you can answer them for the presentation. Enhance design construction aspects, communication internally. So this is when the frustration becomes because your partner didn't do what you want him to do. Now, if you're in a real project, you go to your boss and hit 1, hit 2, hit 3, fired, right? That's a real project. You can't just goof around. So nobody can, communication, guys, when you have a project working in a team and communicating and agreeing and disagreeing and finding all the solution, you're adults, that's probably one of the most frustrating things when you work in a project group, because Darren and I, we agree on a lot of things, but we also disagree on a lot of things. So how are we going to work on things that we disagree on? That's what makes a team a good team, compromising and so forth. Anyway, so hopefully that will be it. Grounding and bonding. We will do a grounding and bonding for this building much higher than what the code requires because we're engineers now. Document engineering / construction artifacts. That's when you guys want to do a capstone project for me. We call it capstone. That's your binder. We're going to get a binder for Chad. This time is going to be an intensive binder with everything that you have done inside it. We'll talk about the description in a few seconds here. Design over current protection device. We're going to talk about the difference between a fuse, the switch, protection, and circuit breaker. Why should we use a circuit breaker versus a fuse switch? So for this, we invite our friends at Square D to come and explain to you guys the panels that they use. So now you start talking about equipment. It's not just a panel. I want to specify a panel from the manufacturers. So why should I go? Remember when you were telling me, should I go up, say if I have 105 amps, should I go to 100 amp panel or 110 amp panel? Well, do they make a 110 amp panel? That's a question. Which manufacturer? They're going to go to the manufacturer. So it might, sometimes it makes sense to go up if the price is not high, and sometimes it makes sense to go down. So we get into this gray area. I always show you guys the black and white when we start designing, but when you get into the real design, there's a lot of judgment that you have to do. Hopefully we'll do it. Low voltage lighting control panel. Anybody have ever wired a 24-volt lighting control panel where you can turn the light with a 24-volt relays? So that's what we're going to do. For this, we invite guys, our friends from manufacturer of lighting control panels, and they come over here with a lighting control panel with multiple relays. You get the chance to push buttons and play with them too. Okay, so that's basically what these are. Let me give you a quick break, and I'm going to go over the schedule. Can I give you guys a 5-minute break and go over the schedule? There you go. Okay, everybody's guys at this point here, if you go to commercial project, narrative, here's the narrative. When you guys go to the narrative, now you are looking at this set. Everybody we're done. I'm done with the syllabi. I'm done introducing you guys to the syllabi. Everybody's okay with that one? That package is done. This package is going to be FYI. The most important thing in this package, guys, is understanding what we need to do for the theory. The project has a complete standalone package. This is the one they're going to be designing the project based on. Everybody's okay with this? The one that you replace the colored page with the first page? Okay? Okay, so let's go to, I'm going to go page 1 is right here, right in here. So everybody's looking at the first page that you guys, that colored page. The first thing I would like you to change is, see where it says October 3rd. Make sure it's October 2nd. Change it to October 2nd. Why can't I change it?
Enable editing. You didn't do that.
I didn't enable editing when I got? Chad. Okay, why enable editing? Thank you. And okay, here you go. So can you guys change this one to 2nd? So this is going to be the first one. Hallberg is coming tomorrow to introduce a project. I'm going to let them talk in details about this one, guys, but let me just walk you very quick through this. So you can see, this is a commercial project design schedule. Week 1, which is this week, we're going to do introduction and Revit setup. You guys see, look at it there. So Kerry, my friend, what I'm going to be putting right here is actually exactly on the schedule. Everybody's okay with this? All right. So that's week 1. Introduction of the project. Hallberg is coming the 2nd. Did you guys change this one to the 2nd? Right here, it was the 3rd. These will be changing slightly as we move on, because guys who come, guys, sometimes they can't make it, so we reschedule them. Okay, next week. So this week we're going to do the setup. That's it. E1 through E10. Next week we're going to work on project schedule and load calculation. So step-by-step load calculation for a commercial building. Step-by-step load calculation for commercial building. And to help us with this one, our friend Todd Christensen from Colorhammer. Todd from Colorhammer, guys, will be there on the 9th. What would that be, the 9th? What's the 9th? That's Tuesday. Tuesday, the 9th. Every Tuesday, we will be having a speaker, and every Wednesday, Hallberg will be here for the most part. So we have Tuesday, we have Colorhammer coming. The 10th, riser design. We're going to have Hallberg talk about the riser diagram. Week 3, we're going to be talking about designing risers and one-line diagram. Week 4, we're going to do floor E6, which is floor plan. With the floor plan, let me just go over here. And this will be a moving topic. I will let them guys talk about it. So week 4, we're going to be doing E6. And we are going to have Jeff Crowder from Visual Software talk about visual, and we're going to have Square D. Jerry from Square D is coming to talk about motor control system. Can you guys see a speaker? We will have on average 1 speaker every Tuesday and Hallberg every Wednesday. Cool. Okay, so that's week, which week would that be? Week 4, week 5. Week 5, this is a weekly schedule. Week 5, we're going to have a lighting control panel speaker. Keith is going to be here to talk about lighting from RL and Associate. And they're going to be talking about basic lighting control panel. And we will be doing E5, E4, occupancy sensor. Kevin is going to be here for occupancy sensor. So you can see a lot of speakers, guys, going to be here. And week 7, we're going to have fire alarm security system speaker. Not specified yet. We'll let you know who's going to be coming for low voltage to do the low voltage risers, E7. And moving into E8. Am I going too fast for that one? And I'm going to allow Halbert to kind of say a few things about this one. E8, guys, you will be doing with your friend Chad, generator, ATS, and energy code. That's the E8. Panel schedules, the lighting schedule, and equipment schedule, E9. We do have Jerry Boggs from Interstate will come here to talk about generators. So a lot of speakers. And then we move into power system analysis. We will have a speaker to talk about SKM, short circuit analysis. Your main speaker will be your friend Chad. I will walk you through the software, then we'll bring another expert to talk about this. And the last thing, guys, project binder, submitting everything together and celebrating with a pizza in December 12 at Halberg Engineering. That's when we go there and we'll finish the project, have the binder, everything is set. Presentation or submittal will be week 12, and I will let you know, guys, when the presentation date is going to be. The last week of the quarter is going to be the 21st of December, just before the holidays. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? And I went fast on this one because I want Halberg to say a few things about this. Okay. All right. So that's the first 2 pages. First 2 pages. Everybody's okay with that? First 2 pages. Okay. Let's go to page 3 circled. Everybody at page 3 circled. Page 3 circled is right. Here's where you find it, guys. Design build. Okay, everybody's looking at page 3 circled. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We got that one? Cool. All right, so what the heck is this project that you're charging us an arm and leg for it, Chad? Final design project. This is going to help you guys exactly the narrative like we did for residentials, except it's a little bit expanded. So this project is going to require you to use Microsoft Project, obviously. Excel require you to use Revit MEP 2012. You guys are familiar with Revit, some of you. Require you to use ComCheck, require you to use Visual, require you to use Commons software, require you to use SKM, and of course Word documents because you're using Word documents. All these are softwares that you have to be using for this project. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand these softwares, at least that we're going to be using them. You're going to have a cut sheets like you've done before. You're going to do a presentation, and you guys are going to have a digital copy of everything that you did for me online. And when I say a digital copy this time, guys, I mean a digital copy. If I go there and I don't find a PDF file of your switchgear PDF file in your cut sheets, you will lose points, or if I don't find any cut sheets, you'll have an incomplete. So very, very important, guys, to when you find a cut sheet, please PDF it. You guys have no save PDF, save its PDF and put it on the network immediately in a format that I understand it. A good professional, Jamie, when you save things, name it. If it's a panel, say receptacle panel, call it receptacle panel -square D cut sheet. So all this stuff you guys are going to put them online for your friend Chad. And then you're going to have a project binder. I did not bring the project binder with me. There will be at all times, Darren, at all times, there will be a project sitting right here to give you a sample of what we have done. We're not inventing the wheel. What I want you guys to know is know how to do it. When you go, any good company you work in, they wouldn't, any good company that respect itself, the first thing they do when you walk in, they give you a sample of their projects. Here's what we do. Here's our culture. Now go read it, understand it, and do it. Or do better than that. You know, nobody's reinventing the wheel here. So we're not hiding anything. If you have not done a riser and you forgot or Chad didn't explain it right and you want to look at what the risers they've done for the risers, please do it. Be aware that there's slight changes from year to year that I do, especially this year. But 90% is what we have done that for the last 9 years. 90% stays the same, except moving to Revit. Any question, guys, about these softwares that we'll be using? Any question about these softwares? Okay, so let's do that softwares. Requirements. You can't go to town without the Bible. NEC is going to be your requirement. Then National Code, and also we have a scope. So between the NEC and the scope. So Brian, when I ask you that you need a lighting control panel, low voltage lighting control panel, you said, where does it say in the code that I need a low voltage lighting control panel? It doesn't say anywhere. Now you guys going to go from meeting the code into exceeding the code and doing an engineered project. Can I have thumbs up, Chad, before they understand now? Why are we going to put 3 receptacles in a 20 amp circuit when we can put 9 receptacles in a 20 amp circuit? We're going to go from meeting the code into what? Exceeding the code. Everybody can see that shift that you're going to do? We were meeting the code in the residential. Now we're going to exceed the code. Okay. Project schedule. You guys are going to do project schedule for this project. And schedule should list all the major tasks. I have a sample of this project schedule you're going to be doing. And the installation of the electrical system, pre-design, design, construction, and so forth. We're going to have 3 very competent electricians in this schedule. This will help you also for the estimation. Jeff is one of them, and Darren is another. They're electrician. We're going to pay them $33 plus benefits, of course, right? Almost union wage plus benefits. And we're going to have 6 apprentices that are going to be working with those guys for the ratio of 2 to 1, right? 2 apprentices to 1 journeyman. Those are the who cares. Now we're starting to talk to the contractors. This is your manpower, your people power. They're going to be building this project. Who cares? When you're doing Revit, nobody cares. When you're doing the schedule, everybody cares because you're going to allocate the work to this team of 9. Can you guys see how many? We have team of 9, 3 electricians and 6 apprentices. Team of 9, we're going to be working on this project to finish it. When we do the schedule, this is a big deal. Can you have thumbs up, Chad? This is a big deal for scheduling. If you are working for Michelle Cool Erickson in an office doing design, this is meaningless for the most part. If you're working for People's Electric, for Egan, Hunt, Parsons, and you are a project manager, that's everything that you do. That's make or break your company, your labor. So we're getting into the estimation, guys, and so forth in a second here. Okay, here's your sheets. This is probably one of the most important things you're going to be doing with your friend Chad. We have 10 sheets. Now feel free, Brian, my friend, to add more sheets as needed. You guys, so if I need 4.1, make it 4.1 site power, whatever. This is a guideline. This will fit you 95% of the time. Again, you can stretch it, adjust it, but that's your guideline. Okay, sheet number 1. The name of the sheet is going to be title sheet, list of all the electrical sheets inside it. Sheet number 2, in Revit. In Revit, it's going to be symbols. Sheet number 3 is going to be power riser. Sheet number 4, site plan, lighting, and power. Does that sound familiar to what you guys have done with me in residential? What did we really change? We changed the type of the building. We're going to hit the same thing 3 times, guys. When you graduate, hopefully we'll stick in here. That's what we're doing. In different angles with different softwares. Okay, sheet number 5, we're going to do lighting. Sheet number 6, we're going to do power. And sheet number 7 is going to be floor plan power. Anything in parentheses, it's not going to be part of the name. This is just explanation. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We understand if it's bolded, it's the name. If it's parentheses, just explanation. So when you say a floor plan system, that will include all the security point data and so forth. We're going to have E8 for schedule, panel schedule. You might run out of room in the panel schedule. So if you need more, what do? You make it 8.1, 8.2. Equipment schedule and lighting schedule, guys, going to be in E9. And details, it's going to be in E10. And I have a disclaimer here for you. Can you guys see that? I said separate lighting and power branch circuits. We're not gonna, the same thing like with the residential. We're gonna separate the power and the lighting branch circuit. This is engineering, not code. We're gonna have, when we circuit, we're gonna separate the power and lighting circuits. Can you have thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand that, boy? Okay? Okay, so that's your schedule. And this is probably, that's what we're gonna be doing, guys, 10 sheets. We end up stretching them to 12 sheets as we go through, but that's your guide, at least the guide that you're gonna be using. Okay, Revit MEP drawing setup. I'm gonna go through this one, guys. I don't think I'm gonna do it today until we introduce the project. I will go over this one tomorrow after we fully introduce the project. These are the steps that we're gonna do to introduce, to set up the project, basically. I will walk you guys through it, the architectural stuff, step by step. So we'll leave this one until tomorrow after Halbert introduce the project. Families. In the electrical industry, guys, we have, in the CAD, we have symbols, right? From now on, Darren, moving forward for Revit, we have families. A family is a family of symbols. So you guys familiar with it? Some of you that did CAD, Revit. So when we say families, families will be provided by the instructor. I will tell you where the symbols. Can you guys write symbols here next to it? Symbols, these are your symbols for those who don't understand the families. Students will be required to use the same families. For families, guys, or symbols in Revit, I will be giving you a few places to find them. Revit City has tons of information. As we move forward, you start building your own families. Cool. But I'll show you where our symbols are located, our families are located. Okay, we'll talk about any question, guys, about the symbols, the families. I will be giving you the symbols, the families that to use. We're going to be loading families and unloading families and searching for families. I have all the families that you need for this project. You don't have to do a whole lot. Next project, guys, will require you to do some research on families. We'll tell you a few places we can do it. Okay, energy code. For energy code, guys, I'm an energy code. We're going to be using ComCheck, and we're going to do the inside of the building and the outside of the building. In a commercial building, you have to meet the energy code, part of the building regulations and so forth, because we don't want to depend on foreign oil, and you're going to be environmentally friendly and all this good stuff. So we do have, anybody have, you said, Andrew, you use ComCheck, right? Anybody else use ComCheck before? Okay, so that's another software we're going to be using for the energy code. Okay, load calculation. Load calculation, here's, if you guys, when they say load calculation, here's what I would like you to do. And maybe today I will start you guys doing some load calculation. I'm going to give you a sample. And we start building your load calculation sheet. Service, you need to do calculation for the service entrance and separate sets of spreadsheet for all the major branch circuits. Good design, can you guys highlight this one? Good design will allow 10% future growth on branch circuits and feeders. Branch circuits and what? Feeders. Branch circuits and feeders. So you're going to allow, when you do calculation, how much? Future expansion, 10%. 10%. Panel load calculation. Panel load calculations. You need a main panel. We have a receptacle panel, and we have a lighting panel. These are, here's the power coming in, and the power coming out into these panels. This is main panel, receptacle panel, and lighting panel. We have 3 panels that you guys are required to design, to size. So when your calculation should come up with the following: the size of the service conductor, the size of the overcome protection device, the size of the overcome protection device, and the feeders. Now remember, all these you're going to come up with, and of course the size of the panels. And I will go intensively how to do that one into the calculation, load calculation. But please be aware, when I say load calc, I would like you guys to do the main panel and the receptacle panel, lighting panel for this project. Cool. Generator sizing. When we talk about generator, and I know that doesn't mean a whole lot to you, I just want you to at least be aware of it now. When we talk about gen size, I want you guys to generate two reports. One is called, anybody have used gen size before? How to size a generator for building? Okay, we're gonna be using Commons. You're gonna have load, you'll have to generate a report that's called load report and generator size report. Step-by-step calculation, you'll see them when I walk you guys through them. Energy Amman ComCheck. The energy code that we're gonna talk about, guys, here's the two from ComCheck. You need to have a report for interior and a report for exterior. Cut sheets. Your cut sheets, I think we have a list of cut sheets. Yep, here's I have a list of cut sheets. Here's the cut sheets I would like you guys to do. And again, I'm moving through these because we will do them in details. Provide cut sheets for every electrical component in the building, general material, miscellaneous, blah, blah. Here's what the most important thing. I want you guys to provide cut sheets about the following only. Okay? All lighting fixtures. Don't forget the word all. Lighting fixture, the generator, the panels. Don't forget all. We have only 3 panels. Lighting control panel, fire alarm panel, security panel. That's about it. And that's what we typically do as engineers, guys, and designers. We provide cut sheets about the major electrical equipment, not receptacle, not thick conduit, like I told you at the beginning. We were just warming up. These are your cut sheets they're going to be providing. Any comments, guys? Any questions about the cut sheets? The project carry, my friend, when you look at it, it looks like it's not a whole lot, but when you add all the calculation that you need to do, the interruption that you're going to have because of the speakers, and the interruption that you're going to have because Chad keep yakking at you with his lecture, you'll be surprised. I mean, we are supposed to stay from 7:30 until 12:30 from now until the end, so everybody knows that one. So we have enough time if you guys hit it hard from the beginning. If you let it sit for a while, and if you miss a day when we did it visual lighting, you're basically behind. You have no clue how to start visual lighting. If your partner did visual lighting calculation and you didn't do it, you missed something. So when I told you guys to follow up, because then when you go work for a place, your Andrew is not going to be there. Hopefully, both of you guys will get the knowledge. I don't care who does the calculation for me, but at least know how to use it. Okay, very, very important. Okay, so these cut sheets. Let's talk about lighting calculation. Here's your lighting calculation, my friends. When we talk about lighting calculation, we're going to be using Lithonia visual software. This is from Lithonia. And I want you guys to generate an 11 by 17 file documentation of your lighting calculation. That has nothing to do with Revit. That's a completely standalone file. With this one, you guys are going to be doing first floor plan with calculation point, first floor plan 3D, no calculation, parking lot view with calculation, parking lot 3D, no calculation, first floor statistics and fixture schedule, and parking lot statistics and fixture schedule. It's gonna. Let me ask this: how many of you guys have done lighting calculation before? You've done it at work, visual. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense for people who've done it. It's a good skill to have. Software is free; you can get it. We get it. But if you know, there's multiple softwares that we use. This is one of good ones, and all the other softwares work the same concept. So that's what you guys are going to be doing. Any question about lighting? Lighting calculation. So when we do lighting calculation, that's, you can see this is above and beyond Revit. Yeah. So there's, don't get overwhelmed. It's really easy. Darren, if you are here, when I do boot camp for lighting, I do a boot camp for lighting. We do 4 or 5 hours, step by step how to do lighting. If you follow up with your friend Chad, you're done. Really is. And then I can fill the rest of it. If you know these softwares now, we're going to be using them for the next project in the spring. So the more you get them, the better you will be in the spring. If you did not get them, add them, my friend, because you were busy fighting with Andrew or doing any other things, you have another shot in the spring to get them. So we have, if you want a heads up on it, it's already in YouTube. All the stuff that I've done for the last 2 years for how to walk them is in YouTube. But I will still do it with you guys. Okay, SKM, this is new. We have never done that before for this particular project. So, Andrew, if you're looking for the binder that they have here, you're not going to find this. This is new this year because of semester. Because we lost estimation from this project. I added system analysis. We're going to do the estimation at the end of the year. Okay, SKM, we're going to do the following. You're going to do a riser with me with SKM. You do a short circuit report, input report, load flow reports, coordination for the chiller, and coordination for the report for the chiller. No arc flash analysis at this time for this project. Next project we'll do arc flash analysis. Okay. Again, we'll take a 1 day, and I will call it SKM boot camp, and we'll sit here and we'll walk you step by step how to build the riser in the software and how to run all these calculations. Cool. So I just want you guys to see the gravity of it. It sounds like a whole lot, but there is a lot in what we're going to be doing. And all these are selected, not because Chad likes them, because these will give you a shot at a better life, at a better job, hopefully. Project presentation. We're going to do the project presentation, guys. You will be assigned part of the presentation to present, not all of it. Revit showing PowerPoint has a light. Okay, so there is some stuff I will go over when we go through how to do your presentation and so forth. Project submittal. You guys are going to submit your project, and your project is going to have all this information on it: the name of the project, the binder, and so forth, right? The scope. And here's how your project is going to look like, the tabs. Remember, Jeff, when you asked me about the tabs that you want, Chad, this is a real project that we are going to be doing, not warming up. We're going to submit your project. You're going to have one for the narrative. You're looking at the narrative right now. The project schedule, design drawing, the Revit, load calculation, energy code, lighting calculation, generator calculation, power system analysis, specification, cut sheets, presentation, and reflective statement. What did you learn with your friend Chad? That will be at the end of the project, what you guys are going to be doing. Any comments, any questions?
Any certain way you want the tabs labeled?
Yes. I got. Yeah, tab 1, 2, 3. Now, I know some of you guys wrote these into the tab name. I'm fine with that. This is a guide. So if instead of saying tab 1, actually say the project narrative in it, I'm okay with this. But they will have a table of contents that shows that. Okay, so that's basically what the project is going to be. It will be 100% of your grades like we showed for this 1-1-10 lab or project. Any comments, any questions, my friends? Any comments, any questions? Any comments, any questions? So that would be, I walked you guys through page 3 and all the way through 5, all the way through 6 circled in this package, 6 circled. Cool. Let me go to the scope. This is new. We haven't done that before. Scope. Can you guys see where it says right here? CSI 1600 narrative. If you click on this one, you guys have it. This is page 7. This is from Halberg. Now remember, this project is adopted, administered, supported by an engineering firm that's called Halberg Engineers. This is their spec that they use for their own projects. So what I suggest guys you do when you go for work for a company, if they don't have a spec, this is a good starting point, wouldn't it? Every respected engineering firm will have a spec for their own project or electrical contractor. So when we do a hospital, here's the major things in 100 pages that I need for a hospital. Plus what then most of them guys is to meet and exceed the NEC code book. You know, does the NEC code book tell you how many air handling units do you need in a commercial building? No. Does the NEC tell you what's the allocation for the heating and cooling system in a building? Voltam? No. So where are you going to get this information? A narrative, an engineering narrative or scope. Okay? I'm not going to talk in details about this because I'm going to allow my friend Joe tomorrow to go through it. But I'm just going to very quick. Everybody's looking at page 7 circled, page 7 circled. All this you guys have it electronically as well as a hard copy. I like the hard copy because as Jeff moves through these projects, you can highlight or write on them. If you like to work electronically, you have a copy of it, go copy it to your team folder and run with it. Cool? Are you guys okay with this? We killed the tree, and at the same time, I know some people don't like to make the hard copies. I still am an old timer. I like hard copies. Okay, work included. We'll talk about the work included, alternative methods, assumptions, regulatory requirement. Now you're looking at an engineering scope. And I'm not going to talk about this one. Design criteria for lighting. Without this design criteria for lighting, I dare you to know how to design a commercial building. Well, look at this. For example, in the receiving room, what's the foot candle? How much foot candle do I need in a receiving room? Do you guys have any idea? What's the industry acceptable foot candle, meaning the lighting level in a receiving room? Without this, good luck. That's why this becomes, guys, much more important than the code, because that's the scope. Jeff, have you guys seen the scope when you were? Scope is really the bread and the butter how the system is going to be put together. Without this, it will be really hard to design this project. How do they come up with the scope? As I said, engineering firms, guys, that's why they charge for their intellectual property. This is called intellectual property. People have done this. It works. It satisfies the customers. It meets the code. It's economical. All this stuff put together in a narrative, and they come up. Here's what we're going to be doing. So when I meet with the owner of a building, say I want to build a building right now, commercial building. This is a narrative for a commercial building. You're going to build a commercial building, say 20,000 square foot. I do have a narrative. I take this narrative to the customer. I said, let me tell you what we have done in the past and what works. And you walk them through this, and then the customer said, no, I am well educated, and I want to change this one receiving room from 20-foot candle into a 40-foot candle. You look the customer in the eye, said, are you sure? It's going to be very bright. Yep, no problem. We'll put it 40. Customers always rule, unless it's violation of the code, right? Always rule. Does that make sense? But when you go to the customer and meet with them, you have something in your hand. You don't go there and say, what do you want us to do for you? That's not acceptable from an engineering firm. You go there with the narrative. And then between you and the customers, you can adjust this narrative. An educated customer, guys like Mayo Clinic, 3M, they already have their own narrative for their buildings. They actually force the engineering firm to use their own narratives. Uneducated customers, they use your own narrative with some modification. Cool? This is, you're looking at a very powerful narrative for this particular project. When I worked in hospitals, we have a narrative for hospitals. You come to a hospital, here's what we're going to do. Here's how much HVAC equipment we're going to do, what lighting, what type of light, what switching, how many receptacles in every circuit, everything's there out to meet and exceed the code. Can you have thumbs up, Chad, before they understand that? Cool. Okay, so I'm not going to talk to you guys about the receiving room, but you can see it's the area, the illumination, the type of fixture, and the control. Now, here's my challenge for all of you. And last year, students did it. Everything that we're going to do in this project is going to be LED lights. So we're going to say, when we say wraparound fluorescent, I want you guys to change this one to an equivalent LED. And we have them. We're going to change the whole project is going to be what? LED. So you're going to go find and wrap around the fluorescent, instead of fluorescent lamp, an LED lamp, because what they do, guys, they have the fluorescent here and equivalent to it an LED fixture. The type of the fixture, it looks exactly the same, except instead of having, it will look like if it's 2x4, a lighting fixture like this, instead of having fluorescent lights in it, 2 or 3 bulbs, they will have LEDs in it, the same fixture. Okay, we'll talk about this one as we, okay, here's the requirement, guys, for all lighting. I'm not going to talk details here because I'll let Joe a little bit talk about this one. Lighting control panel. We're going to have a lighting control panel, guys, low voltage, conference room. Okay, design power criteria. We want you in the receiving room to put one receptacle every 1,000 square foot as standard receptacle. Can you guys see the area, the criteria, and the time? This meets and exceed the code. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? This meets or exceed the code? Cool. So this is the criteria for power. I'm not going to go through all of them because we will. Building equipment. You're going to see, guys, when I show you a couple of CAD drawings right now in a second, you're going to see that there are items in. So every time you see item number 12, it is actually a copier. So what does that indicate to you if it's a copier? You need a dedicated circuit for that equipment. Okay, if you see item number 15 and 14, what are they? Shelving units. Do I need to care about receptacle for shelving units? No. So you're going to see that these, it makes a lot of sense when we look at the blueprint of the building. Look at the service. Every respective building, guys, start with a service. So what type of service do I need to use for this building? Very, very important. Here's the type of service that we're using. It's a 28123 phase 4-wire system. We decided to use this service, not 480. When do we need to use 480 versus 208? That's coming. All these concepts. Okay, the building. The building, guys, is a 10,000 square foot with a 5,000 future. It's a 10,000 square foot with a 5,000 future. I want you guys to do the following. The main panel is going to be feeding lighting panel, receptacle panel, and all these loads, and I will go over these in details. This will give you an idea how to put the building together. Now, Darren, this is, you're going to learn this one as you move on. How do you write a narrative? You have to be a senior engineer or principal engineer to write a narrative from scratch. You know, why did we do it this way? Can I put all the lights from the main panel? Yes. What's the advantage and disadvantages? We'll go through this as we go. Transient fault suppression, we'll put one. Electrical power distribution system, we talked about this. Mechanical equipment. Every building needs to be cooled, heated, and ventilated. Our friends, the mechanical contractors will give us a list like this. All your mechanical equipment, guys, it's going to be a list. So, for example, let's look at the air handling unit. I have an air handling unit, and it's 15 horsepower, 208 3-phase. I need to power and control this boy with what? VFD. This is very important for a couple of reasons. Number one, you need to provide a disconnect and controller next to the equipment to rev it. You need to circuit it and rev it. And you need also to accommodate for this equipment in the mechanical schedule. I know this probably will we're talking about week 10 here. So, but very, very important. You can see all the equipment, condensing unit, all these are mechanical equipment. Okay? All right, so moving on to the standby. I'll let, and again, running it through a standby system. I need you to provide a generator to power the whole building. Pick up the whole building as a standby power. Can you have thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand that one? Cool. Power. Security system. I have requirement for my security system. I need a fire alarm system with requirement. I need a technology raceway system with outlets. Here's one, for example, look at receiving room 120. We need one wall phone and a couple of other things. And that is the narrative for this project. Any comments, any questions? Tomorrow, Joe guys will go a little bit more into that one and the interface between us and them at Halbert. Before we start any project, we'll be looking at every aspect of it. Can you guys see a gravity? See the situation where we are? Now we're moving towards more engineering project type. Okay, so that's a narrative. Moving on into, if you guys go all the way to page 16. I'm sorry, page 12. Page 12. No, 14, 15. Oh, 16, I'm sorry. I called it 12. I don't know why. It should be 16, but it's 12. Should be 16. Go 16. Page 16, please. Page 16. I know. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Everybody, this is the cut sheet from the mechanical contractors. A cut sheet from mechanical contractors for the air handling unit. Okay, so where are you going to find this one? Can you guys see this? I'm in the instructor folder under the narrative. If I click on this one, this is the sheet that you're looking at. And I'm not going to talk too much about it other than telling you that sheet that you're looking at right here is also online. Now, Andrew, because we are not mechanical engineers, right? You will never be allowed to specify the air handling unit and the chiller and the condenser for a building. It's beyond our ability of doing it, right? Or expertise. So the The mechanical engineers will give you a cut sheets about their equipment so you can size the electrical part of it. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see this one. We'll talk about this one in a second. This is a cut sheet, mechanical cut sheets. So here's the most important thing, guys. Can you see that here? This is the most important thing. So I have 15 horsepower. It's running at 2.8, 120, the RPM and the frame size and so forth. So here's the voltage and the RPM for this equipment. Okay, moving on. So this is the first one. So let's go to 17. Now 17, it starts right here. Can you guys click on cut sheets? Do me a favor. When you go to cut sheets, the one online, you're going to find all this junk at the beginning. Because it's a PDF, I should have a PDF editing. Don't worry about that if you guys, okay. Come on, bud. There you go. Don't worry about that one. Way at the end, you have the cut sheets. There you go. There you go. And these are all mechanical equipment. Yep, right here. Can I get you to understand, guys, that in this PDF file, with it also the scope from O3, please ignore the scope from O3. It was a PDF file. I don't know. I don't have a PDF to edit it and cut it. I'm interested in the cut sheets. Okay. Can you guys go to the first page? Condensing unit. Air handling unit, we changed this one. We're going to go all the way to this one. Condensing unit. Can you guys see that condensing unit? This is page 17. This is information about the condensing unit. Let me tell you one thing about this cut sheets. This cut sheets will help you understand how to get the equipment, the electrical information out of a mechanical cut sheets. This is done by the mechanical engineers. Okay. Luckily, Darren, all this information are FYI only. These cut sheets, we already pulled all the information from them into our spec. But I like it to be there for you guys to, I'll walk you later on how to pick the information. Look at this. Here's the type of the equipment, the condensing unit that they're using. And here's actually the one that we're using in yours. I think it's specified differently. If you guys go to page 2, page 18, this is the fixture that we're using, right? Not the one I'm highlighting, the one I'm highlighting right now, right here. It's a 28120. Okay, I'll go over this as we go through, but be aware that these are the cut sheets that are given by mechanical engineers to the electrical engineers so we can design the electrical system to power their equipment. Am I clear about this, guys? These cut sheets? Okay, so that's all these are cut sheets about all the equipment. So I'll go over them in details as we move on. Okay, so that's basically all the way into the last page, which is page 29. Everybody has page 29, the one before the last, page 29. So you're gonna have a file server. And the last one, guys, is what did they put? Hallberg. Okay, narrative. The last page here has a map of Hallberg engineers where we're going to be visiting them. When we reach that point, I'll send you an email with this page. That's where their offices are in White Bear Lake. Of course, we're going to be there. Any questions, any comments? All the information that I talked to you guys about right in here. All your information is right in here. So that package, Kerry, my friend, that you're looking at right where? Right in online, and you have a copy of it. It's an exciting errand project. You guys are going to enjoy it. If you hit it hard from the get-go, we're going to have a good time. So here's what I'm going to do, guys, for you. I need to take another few minutes after 5 minutes break and just show you where the Revit is. I'm not going to do setup for Revit. I need your full undivided attention, and Monday is not probably would be the good full undivided attention. So before I go there, I'm just going to show you where the CAD files are. So can you go for 5 minutes, do something, come back. I need you here early because I'm leaving you guys early today too. I'm going to abuse you twice this week. And what do I owe you? The first donuts?
Yeah,
and then it might have to escalate to hamburgers.
I'm on board for that.
Yeah, I promise you that the abuse is gonna stop, but not before we escalate to hamburgers. I won't leave you early. Okay, let's take 5 minutes, guys. I want to show you the CAD files of this and the Revit file. And I promise you guys, after Halberg leaves tomorrow, please count on the first day. After Halberg leaves all day, we're gonna do set up Revit. Cool? If you are in a hurry and you want to do something, I'll show you how to do calculation, load calc. I have a set of load calc that you can start. You can continue doing load calc today because it's next week, but you can jump into it if you want to do something. Cool? 5 minutes. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, is very important now. I'm going to walk you through how I set up the project for you. I don't want to do the setup Revit today. It will be tomorrow. Okay, so everybody knows this view, right? This view, everybody's familiar with this view. Who's team 1? Okay, Kerry and Aaron, team 1. If you go to team 1, when you guys go to team 1 or your own team, you're going to find fall, residential, and commercial. So remember, we are in the commercial. So if you click on the commercial, you're going to find the stuff here. Under the design, you're going to find the following. When you go to design, one more time. Everybody guys knows where the project is set up for you? Everybody knows where the project is set up for you? So if you go right to the top here, it's actually semester, 2012 semester, team 1 in your team. It's going to be your team. And it's going to be us 3-2 fall commercial, right? So if you go there, you're going to find all this stuff. Your cut sheets are going to be installed right here for me. Estimation, generator, homework, everything else. You guys are going to set this stuff right here for me. Cool? The only thing you need to do, Zach, now know is when you go to design drawing, you're going to see the following 2 files. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We see the 2 files. Okay. There are CAD files and Revit files. CAD files are FYI only. Can you have thumbs up? We are doing a Revit project. So if you click on CAD file, you're going to see the following. Everybody can see the following CAD files inside your team folder. Cool? Everybody can see that one? All right, so we have a file about elevation. I can preview it if I go up here. There is a file about elevation. Can you see the first file? Elevation. This is just like elevation of the building. Then the second file is about a detail for lighting pole, a POLE base, pole base detail, FYI only, you will load it. The second one is sections. Oops. And I'm not opening them, I'm just previewing them. Here's sections that you guys, these are sections. Cool. And the third one is site. Here's the site of the building. This is very important, guys. That's where you're going to do the lighting calculation, everything else in this site. Cool. And the third one is symbols. These are the symbol list that we have. This one is title block, very similar to the title block that we did in residential. This one is very, very important. This one is your floor plan. This is your floor plan coming from Revit. What happened, guys, we ran this project for years with CAD. Then we built it, one of the students, our students, built it in the building in Revit. So now we have a CAD file of the same of it. We have a CAD file of the Revit model. So here's the floor plan. Floor plan commercial building with some details. Power architectural floor plan, just give you the detail of the architectural. Inside lighting, mechanical plan. We don't want to do that. Mechanical schedule is here, as well as panel schedules and relay schedules. These are panel and relay schedules. Cool. Now, here's what we're going to do. And I'll walk you guys through this as we go. 90% of the work will be done in Revit. But at certain time, I will give you 2 options. Either, like mechanical schedule, I will give you the option of building the mechanical schedule in Revit, or building the mechanical schedule in CAD and link it to Revit, or import it to Revit. That's why I give you the option. So 90% of your work is going to be Revit. Can I have thumbs up? 90%. 10% will have the option. Either build it in CAD and import it to Revit, or build it directly into Revit. Now, what would I prefer? I prefer you guys build it directly into Revit, but it might be time consuming depending on where you go. I'm okay over the years. I've been okay with either one of them because it doesn't bring a whole lot to the table. So that applies to lighting schedule and mechanical schedule. Panel schedule will be generated by Revit. You don't have to do it that. Mechanical schedule and lighting schedules will be either used in CAD imported to Revit or generated directly in Revit, and I'll show you both ways.
Are you gonna show us a lot of the Revit stuff? Because we've been doing a lot of Revit stuff.
Absolutely. We'll take it easy on the Revit. You're going to see it's really cool. If you have the families, so starting tomorrow, guys, after the Halberg leaves, we'll do the setup, take it one step at a time. You're going to see it's really easy. Nice. The nice thing about Revit, did you guys do, I know you did not do, but did you do like import load families and place families in walls? So this is all new? Okay. Now I assume the assumption is new. So I'll walk you through how, but please pay attention, be here when I do that. How to load families, how to place families in the walls, and then how to tag families. So if we have a receptacle there, after I drop it in the wall and I circuit it, so you have to learn how first to find it, second to drop it in the wall, third to circuit it, fourth you need to tag it. They call it tag. You're going to assign a tag that right next to it, write RP for receptacle panel dash C number 5. So that will be receptacle panel circuit number 5. That's called a tag. Right into it. So really, for the most part, the power is, you're going to enjoy the power. Really cool. It's not a whole lot to it, but there's tweaky things you have to learn. For lighting is really cool. The way we do lighting is we do the calculation with visual in a visual software. Then we export it into CAD. Then we import it into Revit. And then we drop fixtures in Revit and we circuit the fixture in Revit. So there's a few tricks, and it seems it's working really cool for the last 4 years. So we've done it, we got the bugs out of it, but you're going to be patient, and there's a few clicks that you have to learn. Cool? So, but this will give you guys a few work, and just because if you look at the project in CAD or Revit, it looks the same, the layout. So feel free to look at it. Okay, so this is the CAD FYI. Now Revit, can you guys see Revit here? This is, I want you to pay attention to this. So when you go click on Revit, when you go to Revit there, I already set up this stuff for you. It's already set up. I set it up a month ago. There are 2 files. One of them is architectural. Can you guys see ARC? ARC is FYI only. You don't touch it. Okay, ARC is basically the architectural building. Okay, if you click on it, you're going to find here's the central file. This is your central architectural file right in here. Central architectural file. Typically, guys, in an engineering firm, the architects will be working on a model, and we will link to their model. So every time they move there and they move a wall from here to here, I will see that they move the wall. You would never, ever work in the architectural model. You have a model for the architects and a model for you. And your file is here and the model is there. And you're linking, you're basically looking at what the architects are doing. So every time they move a wall, you'll be able to see that they move the wall. Exactly like XREF, guys. Remember the XREF deal? Exactly like XREF. So this file, architectural, commercial, a central file, this one is the model itself. And I'm not going to open it now, but I'll show you. This is the one that you're going to be working in. Do you see EL, electrical? Click on it. This is the most important file that you're going to do. It's called ELE-commercial E-central. This is your central file that you and your partner and me only, 3 of us. Your partners, myself, you as a partner, myself, can open this. Nobody else can open this file. So Darren, you and Andrew will be able to open the file simultaneously at the same time and work on different things. If he touches a receptacle, you would not be able to touch it unless he has to relinquish his rights of using that. So you're going to learn how to relinquish rights as we move on. Just be patient and take it one step at a time. So, but you're going to see only one. Remember how when we did the CAD, guys, we were multiple files. I can't emphasize. Can you guys tell me that we fully understand that you're going to work in one file? Every team is working in one single file. Everybody's okay with that? It's called the central file. So for team 1, this is the central file for team 1. When they open it, they can work on things simultaneously, but different things. So if you touch this fixture and your partner touch it, it will give him a message says Darren is working on this picture. He has to relinquish his rights. So then what you can do then, one of you will be working on power, the other one lighting, and so forth. Cool? So that's your file. Can everybody give me thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand what you have set up for us. One central file, and all the CAD are FYI only. There are two files, one electrical that you're going to be working in, and one architectural that you will be linking to. The only time, and can you guys see the file that says architecture starts with ARCKH? You don't want to touch that one. You can, but you don't want to work in it. We're not working in it. We're working in our electrical. Cool? So that's what I wanted you guys to show you. Basically, these a couple of things about the setup, at least about the setup. Let me see if I can do the CAD and do a site plan. Click on CAD. I'm going to show you a couple of things in CAD. And again, the setup, guys, will happen. We're not working on CAD. I don't want you to work in CAD, but just give you the layout before we over Revit and we start working on Revit. Okay, so I'll let Halberg guys introduce the project tomorrow, and then after the project, we'll do the setup in Revit. Any questions? Any comments? For your tests, as I said, guys, both the calculation and the theory and the project, they're online. They should be online. If you have any question, swing by. Today I'm leaving early, but tomorrow we can sit and look at your project. Cool? We'll get into, let me see. While I'm waiting for Cad to work, let me show you guys what you can do if you're in a hurry. Here's what you can do today, at least. If you guys go to your team folder, here's team, not team folder. I'm going to go directly to the instructor folder. If you go to the instructor folder and into the commercial project and into the actual project, you're going to find, can you guys see where it says load calculation? I gave you 2 PDF files of how I want you to build the load calculation for this project. Here's my advice for you. If you want to be, you hit it today and you have, you can grab one of these PDF files, and that's how it's going to look like. This is how your commercial building is going to look like, and start building your load calculation for the commercial building. Okay, step by step. The numbers in it are hypothetical numbers, but I gave you a PDF file, guys, that, like we did in residential, step by step, how to do load calculation for commercial building. It helps a lot. So Darren, can I have thumbs up if you want to jump in and work on that one today, because I don't want you to touch Revit yet. You can jump in and work on your load calculation. Is just an Excel sheet. You're going to build this Excel sheet. You start building Excel sheet. Any question, guys, about that? So that's where you can find all the load calculation that you need. There are 2 files, remember. The second file is for lighting system, and I will go over this in details, I know. But for those of you who are in a hurry, you can jump in. October 4th. I don't want my license to expire on October 4th. Okay. Skip. Can you guys see that? Okay. Let me see if I can home the grid. Let me turn it off. Okay. Can I get you guys to see? Everybody can see what the building is. Just quick. Tomorrow, while Halberg is talking, I'll be flashing this in Revit too. So here's what the building is, just quick to give you an a view. If you want to go to CAD and open it, just to get you familiar with the building. The building is, the main entrance of your building is going to be somewhere in this area here. You get in, this is an open office, all this area is open office with cubicles, you can see here. Then there's a lunchroom here, offices, all these are offices, conference room, offices. We have live, all these offices and book, this is where they keep their books and so forth.
Just one floor?
One floor, yep. Utility room is right in here, bathrooms are right in here, and this is lease space. Later on, we're going to see that we actually build it with offices. So that's what the building is. It's an office cubicle building. 90%, probably 80% of it is cubicles with the supporting, they call it supporting areas like hallways and utility room and bathrooms. Cool. There's a shipping and handling area right in here. There's entrance to the building from here, and you can exit the building from here and from here and from here. So that's basically what you're going to look at the building that we're doing. This one, I believe, is 10,000 square foot. 10,000 square foot. 10,000 square foot. One floor only. Cool?
We're gonna be doing the parking lot and all that.
Yes, the park. So this is just the building. The parking lot, let me flash it as long as on it. Okay, where am I here, Chad? Let's go back to, oh, not here. Don't want this one. Commercial project instructor. Let me, CAD, architecture here, CAD. Let me flash the parking lot and then I'll stop here. Site, it's called site. Okay. All right, so let's go, it's loading this. Cooking. Okay, everybody can see kind of the big picture. There's numbers in that room in the building that relate to the schedule that you have. Just give you an idea. Okay, here's my site. Let me just erase this stuff and get rid of that. There you go. So here's my building and my parking lot. Let me see if I can you guys see it better here? Okay, can you guys see, here's the building, the perimeter of the building. You can see that's my building. And then right around it is my parking lot. Again, it's a little bit busy. We'll clear it, we'll clean it. There's a parking lot and a building. So that's really what all that business is. So you have your parking lot going up here almost. There's a future parking lot. That's my parking lot. And right in here is my building. And there's a future parking lot. They want you to accommodate for future parking lot right in here. That's it. That's a building. That's what you're going to be doing, your lights, security lights, and receptacle, security lights, and so forth. Any comments, guys? Any questions about that? Are we up to the challenge?
Yep.
Cool, Chad? Okay, I thought to get you that one. You can look at the CAD, guys. Please don't open Revit at this time until we start tomorrow. Cool? That give you guys enough time to get used to the material and all the stuff? Anybody other than Jeff said yup? Everybody's okay? Carrie? Are you guys excited? No? Yes? Darren?
Very much. Yep.
Oops.
Extremely enthused.
Okay. That's the problem when you guys are working in the field. That's okay. So that's all what I have for you guys today.